first of all, I would like to get your feedback from you that you're already joined here for these time slots. Is this working better for you? I can also see some usuals here like Oliver, like Tommy, Baron. So I just want everybody to give me their own feedback regarding this time slot, if it's, working for everybody.
Yeah, fine for me.
I mean, it works, sometime in the morning I'm a little bit busy, but like this time, I already have my lunch. So I'm like, why not? It actually fit perfectly my schedule. So yeah, I like this.
That's great. I can see.
Great for me as well. I haven't been on one of these in forever, but but if they're around this time, I can definitely make them.
Awesome. That's great. We have even more people joining in. So yeah, this is a good sign already regarding this new time slot. So that's great to hear. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Daniel.
And just chip in there and say from a UK point of view is 2:30 in the afternoon is in the middle of the working on client stuff. And this at 6 in the evening, technically it's outside the working day, and maybe I should be with my family, but my wife's took my boy to his club and it's winter. So I don't mind putting in an hour at 6 o'clock, but everybody's different, obviously. Works for me until it gets to summer, and then maybe I want to barbecue in the summer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I read your comment as well on the post, and I definitely agree with you, because also for me, this is 7 p.m. But I have the similar kind of experience with you, Tommy. It's when it's in the middle of the day, you have a lot of stuff to do, and then it can be, hey, everybody, I didn't see who greeted us, but from
It is the best time for me to join in the meeting because it's after work, so it's convenient for me. I think everyone will agree with me.
By the way, Sarawar, is this
The first meeting?
Yes.
I'm very new here.
That's great. When did you join?
I joined like 2 days ago.
Oh, then yeah, we can start with you. Usually when we have some newcomers to the group, I give advantage for you to kind of like basically introduce yourself, let us know what you're working on, why did you join the group, like what kind of things you're looking for.
Yeah, so basically I work for a management company called SEO Solutions, and I am working there as a digital marketing specialist. So I do a lot of things, like I do paid advertising, so basic searching and optimization. So I want to learn more about AI SEO now and the other stuffs as well, because sometimes you face a problem which is not familiar with you. Then where to go? Like it's tough to get a solution from the internet. Sometimes you can't find a solution on the internet. You need a mentor. So I found it very convenient, and I have been following Julian for a long time. So I think it will be the best and the price is reasonable, like per month, $52 for mentorship. It's like convenient. Everything is convenient. That's why I joined. And I'm hoping to learn a lot of things. And I have been, basically I joined because I'm confronting a problem. Later I will, if I get the chance to explain, then I will play what kind of problem I'm facing right now with SEO.
Hello, I'm going to put this down in a convenient spot.
Hey, parents, sorry, you're breaking up. I didn't hear you well. Yeah, I can still not hear you. Have some network issues there, but yeah, we can come back to you for sure. And then, yeah, thank you, Sarwar, for the introduction and for everything. So yeah, you can also let us know, like, what are the issues, what I like about this post as well, because, there's a lot of people working on different kind of projects. Everybody has their own experience, and basically expertise in. So in these calls, we always try to, share our problems and try to figure out a solution together. So yes, you can definitely present, kind of like what is the issues that you're facing right now, and we can discuss about it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lauren.
Do you want to go now, or do you want to go a bit later?
I'd like to go now. So
please.
So there is a keyword I'm working on called digital products passport. So I have updated the content. Hello?
I'm busy at the moment. All right.
See, probably Biran is unmuted
Yeah.
by mistake. So yeah.
Okay. So digital product passport and on the
Digital
Product.
product passport? Product.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the website name is DigiProdPass. So it was 51st position, but suddenly it got disappeared. Yeah. Then I changed the content again, and it came like 17th position again, but again it disappeared. So now I have published a completely new content there, but it hasn't been appearing in the top 100 yet.
And are you going for the US market or the UK?
No, it's like Europe, UK.
Let me just, because I want to check it on Ahrefs to see what's
Ahrefs
going
is
on.
showing that, I'm in the position.
Okay. What was the website called?
DigiProdPass.
Yes. Okay. So I can see that this is a keyword difficulty of 22, which is kind of like medium difficulty. And it's, that shows that there is a bit of a competition for this keyword. And these changes that you said right now, like it was ranking and then dropped off again, then ranking again and then dropped off. Did this happen in the last month, in the last couple of weeks?
Last month from August. It's from August I'm facing this problem.
So what I wanted to let you know, I'm not sure if you are familiar with it, but right now is a Google spam update, August spam update that is rolling out, and it's still actually rolling out. It should be, they announced at the beginning when they started it that it should last up until somewhere around the middle of September. So we are kind of nearing to that date where the update will completely roll out. And this can be one of the reasons why we can see those jumps in the positions. Every time Google enrolls another Google update, or, it doesn't matter if it's a spam update or core update, we can see a lot of differences in the numbers, especially in Ahrefs and all of the, tracker tools. We can see some very big swings out of nowhere, positions dropping or increasing, which are not usual movements. And what is recommended, this is also recommended by Google themselves, is not to take any rushed decisions during this period, because what can happen is you can see that the keyword is disappearing, but then once the update is rolled out, it's going back to their own basically position. So you said that you did already a couple of changes to the website, but I would suggest for you to kind of like keep calm for a little bit and let the Google update roll out before you take any other action, because right now, maybe it's not ranking, but once the update is rolled out, you can kind of see that it's back in the position. So at least for the next couple of weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, I would suggest that you basically don't touch the page anymore and see where you are once the Google Core update is rolled out. Of course, I'm going to share updates in the group as well, in the community, once we have that completely rolled out. So everybody, can check everything and kind of like assess the situation they're in right now. But I've noticed for a couple of campaigns that I'm working on as well, that there are some big swings. Sometimes, it even goes up by a lot, which is not expected, or is there's, something that it's not in the trajectory that it's usually going, even if you're increasing. I've seen campaigns where we have steady increasement, but then in the last month, it started to go way up for traffic, for positions. And that may not be the reality. After the update is rolled out completely, we can potentially see those going back to the baseline where it was. So I would definitely suggest to hold off a little bit on this, wait, and then assess the situation. After that, if it's not still back in the positions, then we can, kind of explore more avenues to see where it is right now, why maybe it's not ranking. Because if you do the changes right now, it's not give you the clear situation, because it can be all good, but just the metrics are all messed up.
Okay, understood. Okay, I won't change anything right now, but see what happens.
And of course, we have these calls every week, so we can also monitor the situations together. Once it's rolled out, I will be happy, if you can join regularly on call, because you said that the timing is also working for you. So yeah, we can assess the situation once the update is rolled out, and then maybe we can also dive deeper into the page. We can check it together and see if we need to do some changes there.
Thank you.
No problem at all. right now, I would like to jump to Derek, because Derek, you said that you haven't joined in a long time to this. I don't think I have seen you in this post since I started hosting this. So yeah, I just wanted to ask you if you can, just give a short introduction. I want to know what you're working on. Do your own website? Are you working with clients, or what is the situation?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Lauren. It's nice to meet you here. Yeah, I haven't been on in probably like 6 months or so. But yeah, I started getting into digital marketing maybe 2 years ago is when I first started getting my mind wrapped around it. So I started working in it with my family's logistics businesses. So I've been learning a lot from the group. And that's where I first started learning how to get backlinks and stuff like that. By no means am I an expert. I'm maybe a white belt still, I guess, in the world of SEO. So I just want to come on and learn from other people. But I started getting into rank and rent. If people are familiar with the business model, it's where you pick a website, the low-hanging fruit, niche city combination, where it's not super hard to rank. So it's a little bit more beginner friendly, but it's more of a sales game. The harder part is actually finding the lead buyer than it is really getting the leads. So I got a couple websites I'm working on that right now in the tree trimming niche. But the other day, I actually ran across the guy who he has a shuttle bus business in Pittsburgh. And they just started like a year ago, and he's doing well. But I told him I do digital marketing, and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, like, we should talk sometime. I'm looking to level up in that." And so I saw his website. The website's not really that good. He's not ranking at all, and previously doing SEO for somebody wasn't really something I had an interest in. I mostly just wanted to do rank and rent. But now I'm considering that as well, mostly because I found some tools that help with automating some of the processes. And so I'm interested in testing one out that I started using on one of my sites. It's called Search Atlas Auto is the tool. And you still have to know SEO. It's not just set it and forget it, but so far it's been helping me a lot. And so because of that, I'm interested in maybe pursuing him as a client if I can help him out. But I guess one of my questions, because I don't have experience really with a shuttle bus in Pittsburgh, I see that as a very high competitive niche where there's going to be website owners that have had their sites up for years. They've got tons of backlinks. I found like the top 3 competitors probably have a domain rating of 20, like around 10. We type it in on it. It says some of them have like 60 backlinks. Some of them say like 600. And so I'm just trying to wrap my head around, like, I know how to get backlinks now, but realistically, how long would it maybe take for me to get somebody like that to that first page of Google where I can be confident I'm actually getting them leads and success? And it does appear to be a high volume niche. So just open to any insight or any feedback you might have.
Yeah. Do they already rank at some position, or they're not ranking at all currently for those targeted cities and keywords?
They aren't ranking at all. I mean, it's probably buried in the 30th page or something. I think he just threw the website up not that long ago.
Yeah. And do you know like what is the keyword difficulty based on Ahrefs for some of the keywords that you've that you basically checked and wanted to push for?
I think for like shuttle services, if I recall, like I just started looking at this the other day. I think they were like in the medium level.
Yeah, let's check here. No, that's correct. Shuttle services, it's keyword difficulty 13, which is medium, which is good. I just wanted to check this because, sometimes when you're starting a new page, for example, but the keyword is very difficult in terms of like a lot of competition going there, it's very hard, to get those keywords. And usually what I recommend is to try and find similar terms that still have very good search volume, but they have lower difficulty. Then once we gain some authority and ratings on those keywords, you can attack the higher difficulty ones. But this one, it's not that bad. It's medium. And as you said, right now, things are changing with SEO and with how this page is getting ranked. So it's not that easy, let's say, as it was like a couple of years back. So what I say is you should focus on all 3 pillars of SEO. That's on page, technical SEO, and backlinks. If you work on one of those things, Tommy, I can see that you raised hands.
I'll chip in at the end of what you're saying there, Lauren. Yeah.
Okay. So what I would basically recommend here is to focus on all pillars, because you can push backlinks to a page, but if that page is not optimized for the keyword that you want to go for regarding the page content you have on the page, then it's going to be much harder to push that. First of all, when I start, working on something, is to make sure that the page is optimized for that keyword. try to include that keyword, the exact keyword that you want to rank for, at least a couple of times throughout the article. Make it sound natural. Of course, with the spam update, Google shows that they don't want you to overstuff the page with 50 times mentioning the same keyword because it doesn't look natural, and it's just with the purpose for you to get those rankings. So it doesn't need to be like 50 times you mention that keyword, but at least a couple of times throughout the content on that page, it will be good. It's very, very important to make sure that the H1, the title, the H1 heading for that page is including that keyword, because that's a clear signal that you're trying to rank for that keyword, and also match that with the URL Slack as well. So make sure that the keyword is included in the URL Slack, it's included in the H1, in the title of the page, and that is made as H1, and also included in the meta title, in the meta description. These are the main pointers to the crawlers. Okay, this is the keyword that this page is focusing on, and this is the keyword that we would like to get ranked for this specific page. So those are kind of like the most important ones to cover even before you do anything else, right? So make sure that it's optimized. As I said, make sure that the content is optimized as well, that the keyword is mentioned a couple of times at least throughout the page. And once you make everything clean, make everything good regarding that page, if it's a service page, then it's really good to have testimonials or reviews for that. It's also good to have FAQs. If it's some kind of service, then it's very good to have FAQs. Also regarding FAQs, right now it's very good. It's shown that it's performing very well for the AI agents and for the AI overviews because they do prefer short and precise answers. So if you can insert, if it's a service or a product, you can implement FAQs based on what people are searching on Google. You can easily check that as well. And that will be the way to start optimizing the page part of it. After that, there is the time to focus on backlinks as well. You can try pursuing some backlinks for that page. As you said, you have already some familiarity with it, but I do have a follow-up question for you here. Do you have, are you doing guest posting or link insertions? Like, what is the approach do you have for link building?
Yeah. So when I first started, I was using Postaga as outreach, and I was just getting a lot of responses back for guest posts. So I have built up, a little bit of a network for where I can do guest posts. But then I've heard from some people that niche edits are actually better. I'm trying to transition maybe to doing some of that too. And if I understand what a niche edit is that whenever like they respond back in the email, they're like, hey, a guest post is 150 for a link insert is X amount. Is that all that is the link insert thing?
Yes, the link insert. And actually here at Goldie as well, we are doing link insertions. We are only doing link insertions and not guest posts. Previously, a couple of years back, the guest posts were working fine. They were working very well. But right now, what we can see is that the link insertions are performing much, much better than the guest posting. And we, to be honest, completely left the guest posting model because also the indexing of the pages got harder on Google. The requirements of Google are going up and up with every single update. They're always just inserting more things because more people are working on SEO, more people try to rank for keywords. 5 years ago, if you could have built any kind of links and some guest posts, you were going to rank in the top 5 positions. That's not the case anymore because everybody started doing that and you cannot basically do the ranking. So they're improving the quality of the pages for you to start ranking on it. But for the link building, as I said, the indexing is going harder right now. So if you do a guest post, that's a new link, right? That's a new landing page with a new article that you're pushing to the website. So there is a chance that that link won't get indexed. So if the article is not indexed, that means that the link that you built is basically not performing at all. If the site is not indexed, then it's not transferring any of the juice that you want from that backlink. While for the link insertions, you can find good articles similar to the niche that you want to push for. And you can check everything because that's an existing article. You can check it on Ahrefs to see how it's performing. You can check if it's already indexed. You can check basically everything for that page. And if it's already indexed and if it's performing well, then you can kind of reach out to the webmasters for them to insert the link there with your preferred anchor text.
Okay. Sounds good. And the last thing I was doing, I just started doing it because Search Atlas actually has like a link building part to it. And one of the things that they do, they have a feature on there where you just get some credits and you can do press releases. So that I'm doing as well.
Press releases are good in terms of like digital PR. If you can reach out to kind of like more authoritative websites that they can do like a press release piece, that's still good. Just also, make sure that everything is indexed, that the links are do follow as well. I'm sure that you know that, but it's really important. The link should be do follow. So, the juice can be transferred back to your website. If it's no follow, it doesn't make much of a change, to be honest.
I guess if I could ask you guys just off the top of your head, like as I mentioned, there's shuttle service niche in Pittsburgh. The top 3 competitors have a domain rating of like 20. Like to get up there with them, how much do you think I'd have to invest in backlinks? And the reason I ask is because I'm trying to see where I would price it for this guy.
I see what you mean. And to be honest, it's really hard to predict because from my experience working on campaigns, I've had situations where in 3 months, we're jumping from 0 to 25. In other cases, there is chance that, you can progress from 0 to 10 for 6 months, for 8 months, or even longer. You can still see good results in terms of keywords ranking, traffic, but the DR specifically, it's not going that quickly. So to be honest, there is not kind of like model that you can follow here. Hey, for this amount of time or this amount of links, we can get the DR up to 20, 30. But also regarding the rankings, the DR is not the only factor there because also DR 20, 30 is not that high. So I would say that based on competition, that DR is not very scary. So you can kind of like work to get those positions. So if you do quality on-page SEO, if you do quality bandings, as we discussed, I believe that you have a really good chance to get that keywords ranking for your plan.
Start with citations because most of them might not be as many follows, but it's a great way to show the client that you're doing something, right? There's automated systems, but it's easier to just do it by hand. I mean, it's like copying and pasting.
Yeah.
So citations are like a layup that you can just start with. It'll get them into the maps. So it'll get them to get there, poke around, get some reviews in their Google business profile. There's like some low hanging fruit that you can just bang out for them when you're starting off with a client.
Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate that advice.
Yeah, that's a good feedback as well. Thank you, Baron. So
I have a question for Derek, if you don't mind.
of course.
Derek, what is how is Search Atlas? I heard good things, bad things. I haven't pulled the trigger, but I don't know how if it's really working because I know they have an extra fee that you have to pay per account for to use AI, something like that. So what is your spirit?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely keep in touch with you on it. So far, it's been pretty good. I've only been using it for 2 weeks, and I'm using it on a website that I didn't really care about as much. I mean, it's already ranking really well, but I'm trying it. There's only 2 pages that aren't ranking, at the top of the search engine. And it's auto body and collision repair. So I'm starting to use it for that. I'm doing it for the backlink outreach for that page. And I use some of the content optimization features they have within there to boost the, the content on the page. Like Lauren was saying, you got to start with that stuff first. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll know more maybe in a month, but so far it's pretty sweet. I love how it gives you, like, you can tell your client, like it'll generate auto reports at the end of the month saying, I did this, here's the results that came from that. So it's really cool white label aspect to it as well. But yeah, definitely some people have had some bugs with it as far as, it depends maybe what platform you're using. If you use WordPress, they did set it up to be pretty friendly with like all the main ones, but I know the first versions they rolled out had more bugs. They released a new one. People seem to be complaining less about those bugs. I haven't noticed anything myself yet. And I don't know, their team's been pretty responsive. If I'm confused on something, then they'll help me out. But, it does use a lot of AI, sometimes that, AI is not you still have to use your brain. Some people might have gotten into it. I think some of the negative reviews might have come from people that didn't know anything about SEO and thought it was just going to be set it and forget it. And they're like, what the hell am I doing? So far, I think it's awesome. It actually got me excited about doing SEO as an agency model when before I had zero interest. But I'm happy to keep in touch with you on it as far as that goes.
I don't know, should I pull the trigger? I mean, because it looks like I have mixed reviews, so I don't know. But I haven't really talked to someone that actually used it and had website ranked because of their recommendations.
And if you want to chat offline sometime, I'm happy to just kind of walk you through.
Yeah.
Use. Well, I waited a couple months before I pulled the trigger to try it. I know what you mean.
It's $200 a month. So it's
I'm
not
just
cheap.
doing it on one site, or actually you can do 2 sites for $99 a month.
And are you using the auto option? The auto.
Yeah. So I put that pixel, you put the pixel in on your site there in the HTML header.
I see. Well, yeah. I mean, let's chat offline and that'd be great to see if it works.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can also cover the progress and your experiences on these calls as well. That's great because a lot of people can take value from that and kind of like, make decision based on your experience. So that's great. I can see that Tommy and Jennifer has their hands risen up. So Tommy was first. So Tommy, I'm leaving the floor to you, and then Jennifer, you can chime in as well.
Cool. I'll be quick as we've had lots of advice on this one, and Jennifer's waiting to stay as well. Eric, I'm kind of doing rank and rent in some way, and it's definitely a big part of where I want to go in the future. Come round to the way of trying to explain to the clients that I'm onboarding why not to build a website and put a lot of effort into creating them a brand website. I.e., the brand is ABC Plumbers Pittsburgh. Okay. And where we're going now is trying to get them to think of building the website as being a lead generation. Yes, they should have a brand website, but they're going to get more success out of building a website just for lead generation in their city. So I'm not aware of what shuttle service is, forgive me, in the UK. Shuttle service, I'm not too sure what that is. I heard you mention something about trees, chopping trees. So we call them tree surgeons.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so tree surgeons. Let's just go with tree surgeon or Pittsburgh tree surgeons. That would be the website that I would say to go for if that domain doesn't exist. Now, coming back to the rank and rent, buddy, why not just build it? If it's your idea, why not build it and come with some situation of you'll provide the leads for them or they part fund it, but trying to keep it for yourself, because if that relationship does not last beyond 6 months or 1 year, 2 years, all the hard work that you've put into it, you kind of want to try to keep hold of that. So my boy's blowing kisses at me in the background.
Yeah. No, that's a really
Yeah.
good point. I'm glad you asked me that. So you're saying like, why not just do it more as my own digital asset versus his brand? So I was actually going to ask him that. And that was a question I was going to ask on the call. I apologize. I don't want to be taking all the time on this call here. But yeah, I was considering maybe doing like a Pittsburgh branding, like PittsburghShuttlebuses.com. That way I retain it. And if he's not happy with it, I still have an asset. But that was a question I was going to ask him. I was just going to say, hey, man, you hung up on the particular domain. If we do PittsburghShuttlebuses.com, I'm just seeing that I could probably rank you a little bit faster because of that domain. So are you just after leads or are you after more brand recognition?
Works in the UK, this is what I've found, and all my clients are exactly the same industry. They're all heating engineers in the UK. And it's as plain as this is how I can describe it. All the companies that have named their business, their brand on the city, Glasgow, Nottingham, Newcastle, Sheffield, London, they have all had a lot more success because their business just so happens to be the city, okay, than the companies, the businesses that we're working with that potentially have more budget to spend, potentially, but their brand is not as friendly, okay? So the time and effort that you might put into trying to build something up and not getting the success compared to what is the timescale, I'm going to say 1 year to 1 to 2 years to go from scratch, to go from brand new domain. Yeah. But some clients obviously don't want to wait 12 months or 2 years. And that might be, well, if you don't want to wait 1 to 2 years, could you do it on your back, on your time? And then it's your asset way past the point that they finish paying you. And if it is a success, then you just move on to the next tree surgeon in Pittsburgh that would value your time and effort that you've put into it. That's where I'm at. And that's where I'm building out, not necessarily for the heating engineers, but for renewable companies, because renewable companies have got more of a budget than your average plumber. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just to add on to this, as Tommy said. I mean, if the website doesn't have a lot of traction, still, you can definitely propose that. As Tommy said, if they're basically starting from scratch as of now as well, then you can, kind of get them into that direction. And regarding, the domain name, as you said, it's much easier to rank if you have that kind of specific niche that you want to rank for, because if you have an exact match of your domain name with the keyword that you're trying to go for, it's a lot easier than, going for, even if your website is about, the service and, and so on. If you have domain name that is an exact match with that keyword, it's much, much easier. The search engines pick it up right away. So even if you don't have that high of a DR, or, don't have that many backlinks built, you can still go into the top positions, because simply Google will push it, because the domain name is an exact match for that keyword. So yeah, that's a good advice from Tommy as well. So I just wanted to chime in.
Yeah. And I was thinking what I would do is just say his business was like, I don't know, Yellow Valley Shuttle. I could just put his brand on the website still, right? I mean, it's just not in the URL, but I could still say, hey,
Sure.
this is our shuttle service.
Definitely.
Recognize the brand still.
Definitely, and the brand is really important right now. We can see also for these, AI engines, overviews, and the other LMs, the branding is definitely important. We can see that, the brands are appreciated a lot. So if you have good branding on the website and everything else, you can have more chance to get cited in these engines, and also mentioned in a lot more pages. So that's a good idea still.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. No worries. And Jennifer, you raised your hand. So yeah, I'm going to leave the floor to you right now.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lauren. It's been really interesting hearing everybody else talk about what they're trying to do, especially the gentleman in the beginning where you were talking about the recent update, which I hadn't heard of. So my question is twofold. One, I joined the SEO Circle, I don't know, a few days ago. I've been a part of the AI Profit boardroom for, we'll call it a month. My intentions are to learn how to master AI to use for marketing. And currently I'm like, but I got to start with my own website, and then I'm going to make it massive. I can apply it elsewhere. By trade, I'm a hypnotherapist, and so I've been working so hard on my website in, we'll call it July, with learning from some other folks. I was starting to get traction. I'm like, okay, just got to keep plugging away. And then so impressed with my effort. I've just been working really hard at doing all the things that I thought were correct. Anyways, roughly mid-August, everything started going down, both my website ranking as well as my Google business profile ranking. And then it's just gone off a cliff. And I'm like, dang. So it's frustrating. So anyways, I thought, all right, these guys, meaning you guys, have been, I've been learning a lot of interesting things about using AI, and been playing with N8N and all this stuff. So I joined your SEO Elite Circle. I just started going through that, and I noticed that a lot of the videos, like in the SEO Mastermind Start Here, are roughly 2 years old. So I'm figuring maybe that's not the place to start. So where do I jump back in to see what the heck I'm doing wrong? Where should I jump in the classroom? Yeah.
Specifically, if you're also, looking for the use of AI in SEO, I would start with the AI course. I can send you the link right now. Let me just pull it up here, because also there you have a lot of new lessons, of course, because it's a newer thing. Regarding the other class that you mentioned, so these are like kind of the basics of SEO. So even, that the videos, as you said, are older, those are the basics, and those are, the same in terms of like what is link building, how it works, what you should do there. So that's pretty much the same thing there, and it's relevant. So you can still go into those classes, because you can learn a lot about, the foundations of the SEO world, link building, and so on. But specifically about AI, let me just share this link here with you. And we have a lot of new things added here as well. Let me see if you can see it in the chat.
Yeah, I do. So, okay, so let's see. The SEO Elite Circle is what came up, right?
Try to follow the link, click on it, and see if it leads you to the course of AI SEO strategies and systems.
Thanks for sending it my way. Yeah. So what comes up? Oh, okay. So within there, that specific AI SEO strategy circles.
It's the same group. We just have multiple courses. If you go to the classroom tab, when you open up the school program, you can see multiple courses there. Yeah, you can kind of go through them. And it is good to start with the first one, with the SEO mastermind, especially if you're in the beginning phase of SEO, to kind of learn the fundamentals and everything that is going on. So you can have kind of like an easier process moving forward when you go to the specifics.
Okay. So, and I have, I've done SEO in the past and I just kind of didn't pay attention to it for a while. And then now I'm like, okay, everything's changing again. So,
Yeah.
but I see that second course in the classroom, and that's the more of the what's working right now kind of thing. And
Yeah, you can find a lot of valuable information there. Also, a lot of like Julian's SOPs, automations, a lot of templates there as well that you can use to kind of like help your processes. Specifically, as you said, you're trying to kind of use the AI tools to speed things up. So there's a lot of valuable things there. Besides the courses, within all of the classes, you can find links, direct links to documents that Julian prepared and added there with a lot of automations, templates, and everything that you can use for your own campaign. And regarding what you said for the results, yeah, as I said, the spam update is going on, and it may be that the metrics will stay down. It's preferred to check everything where the update is completely rolled out. So maybe something is not following the guidelines, let's say, of Google spam policy. And I'm going to share you the link right now so you can read through this as well. The spam policies that Google have, and you can go through that and see if, something that is mentioned there is implemented on your website. If that's the
Okay.
case, you can make the changes, because this is, let me just find it here. So
I appreciate having insight as to what they're changing. And I don't think my site is spammy and et cetera, but maybe it is. So we'll see.
yeah, they're changing it all the time, to be honest. So it's worth the read here. So here is the link.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, there's a
Perfect.
link. You can check that. And, I would not recommend, doing any rush decisions during these times, because also Google, when they announce the spam update, they also always recommend that. Please don't do any rash decisions or any changes to your pages based on the metrics you can see during this period the update is rolling out. The safest way and the safest approach here is to leave it off for right now. Once it's completely rolled out, I will share an update in the community. Still wait for at least a couple of days for the data to stabilize, and then you can start assessing what would be the next steps, what you need to change. If your metrics went down by a lot during this period and they're not regaining, that means that something is not right in terms of Google spam policies, and your website was targeted for the metrics to go down. So once everything is rolled out, then we can make some assessment plan.
Okay. Thank you for that. And then just one last question. Where in either the SEO Elite Circle or the AI Profit Boardroom can I find information on focusing on the best guesses, how to get Chat and Claude, et cetera, to recognize your business and recommend you?
Yeah, this is the same link that I sent you for the AI SEO strategies and systems. So you can definitely take a closer look at that course. And of course, if you need some more navigation specific questions, you don't need to wait even for these calls. You can DM me in the school community and I will help you out with the navigation there. So no worries at all about that. I'm
Perfect.
here to
Awesome.
help out.
Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. All right. That's it
No
for me right
worries.
now.
I just wanted to point out one thing. Being in hypnotherapy, you might be subject to the EEAT things too, just because of your industry.
What do you
Yes.
mean by that? I might be subject to the EAT thing.
Lauren can
Oh.
explain that.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. So the EEAT is basically experience, expertise, trust, and authority. So this is a great remark. Actually, Mark, thank you for that, because it's a very specific niche, right? It's hypnotherapy. Generally, somebody should come to the website, should see and check your services, and then decide to use your services or not. Being that it's hypnotherapy, it's kind of a very touchy subject in terms of people should trust you to, kind of do hypnotherapy on them. Google will really appreciate for you to have those EEA signals. That means you can have a good about us page where you can share your expertise. What is your education? What is your training for hypnotherapy? All the licenses or whatnot. I'm not in that field, but I know that in terms of therapy, there are a lot of licenses. It includes like education and all of that. So you can make sure everything is implemented there in the About Us page. It's good to have more pictures of you as well on the page because, somebody can check the website and they can get familiar with you before even contacting you, right? Because if I'm going to contact somebody on the internet to basically hypnotize me, right? or do hypnotherapy, I would at least like to see how they're looking, what is their experience, what is their content. So you can work on that. If you have, I don't know if you only have online sessions or do you have offices for that?
Yeah, I both. I have an office and I do online. My About Me, I just recently probably updated that, we'll say a couple of weeks ago to be more robust. So thank you, Mark, for bringing that up. I have videos of me and some pictures of me.
That's
Most-
great.
And maybe that needs to be on every page, not just my About page. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
things like a privacy policy or linking to agencies that, have your licensing and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
people can check your credentials, disclosures or forms that you have people sign. Google looks at all that stuff, especially in the health industry.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
And the videos-
Jennifer, sorry. Keep going.
no, please continue, Baron. I can jump in later.
I've worked with more than one hypnotherapist. I sent a message with my email for you to reach out. So I know a number of people that can actually give you an educated example of how they've been marketing their hypnotherapy online.
Okay.
Specifically, I know all those people. So it'll be no problem. But essentially what it comes down to is that people are looking for specific solutions to specific problems. So they're not as much looking for a hypnotherapist as they are, therapy to help you quit smoking or therapy to help you with migraines. It's like there's all very targeted ways to hit them, and it's all very local. Or you could go the social media route, right? Which is not really the crux of this conversation here, but a lot of the people that I'm working with, they're just killing it on social media.
Yeah. And maybe I need to do more on social media regarding the specific issues. I mean, absolutely. Very few people think of hypnotherapy as a thing. So I've been targeting things in the mental health space, right? And my main site is about, hypnotherapy. I have all these targeted pages about, therapy for anxiety, therapy for depression, for quitting smoking. And then,
Yeah. So please reach out to me after this and I'll run you through some of my history and understanding and sort of my connections where they can just show you what they're working on.
I appreciate that, and I actually don't see your email in there. So,
Oh, I sent a message. I don't know if it was going directly to you, but I'll try it again.
okay. Thanks, Baron. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I would definitely encourage you, Jennifer, to continue. As you said, you have some videos on your website as well. I will definitely encourage you to add even more of those. Maybe you can do video for each of the service pages, right? Where you're talking about it, what's going on. Just a quick video. If you have any client reviews or testimonials, it's also great to add them there because that shows a lot of trust within the community for your work and for your therapy sessions. So I would definitely encourage you to do that as well. And also, I'm not sure if you're writing any blog posts. Do you add in blog articles to your website or it's only service pages?
Yeah. So I have blog posts going back to the things like anxiety therapy and depression therapy. And I'm just starting. I only have, probably like 7 or 8, and I'm just building those up. And I'm looking to AI. Do I use, for example, SEO AI, right? Or I used to do everything myself. And now, right, taking advantage of AI. But I'm using those things to create blog articles going back to each of those service pages.
Yeah, to internally link them. That's great. You should continue doing that. And I'm sharing the link here in the chat as well, where you can see a content SOP made by Julian as well. And it can help you, to kind of see what would be the process in terms of to make sure that everything that you need for a well-optimized SEO article is implemented within your own articles. You can see the link here in the chat. It's a Google Doc, and there's also a checklist, which is, good for you when you write an article, and then you can check if, everything is implemented, and you go check them one by one to make sure that everything is implemented. And once you do this a couple of times, then you won't even need the document because you will have it, automatically. You will know what to do. Okay, let me implement this. Let me internal link to this. You're going to get the gist of it the more that you're adding there. So yeah, you can find a lot of value in this document as well. And I will just encourage you, even in these times where we have spam update, to continue producing content and to be active. Basically, if you can post every week at least one article, but do it weekly. It will be great.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Thank you. Thank you for all of that.
Yeah, and we can discuss as things progress as well. I'm hoping that this time slot works for you as well, and you can join these calls more regularly. And as we go, we can basically go into more stuff. We can check what happens with your website even after the Google Core update, and we can kind of see where you are and discuss together for next steps and how to improve your website even more.
Very cool. Will do. I'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you. And we do have 5 minutes left, so I just want to ask. Is there any question that anybody wanted to ask but didn't get the chance to up until right now? I want to see if there's
Yeah, I have a
anybody.
question. After the holiday, I'm going to change up my strategy, and I think I'm going to go with Press Wiz, if anyone has any experience with that, and domainauthority.com. I think it's linkauthority.com, actually. But I'm just wondering if anyone has any experience with those two websites.
I don't have, just to let you know.
Yeah, Press
Anybody
Wiz
else?
is
Comment?
WHIZZ.
I can say I looked at Press Wiz website. I've been away for 4 weeks, so been a little bit slow, but I did look at the Press Wiz website, and I was looking particularly for websites within my niche, and it was a bit slim pickings as well. So I've not actually purchased anything from there. I can't comment on the service, but what I can say is that plumbing is a pretty big niche. So the fact that I couldn't find anything that was particularly relevant for my niche, it was forgettable and I moved on. That said, I am struggling to find digital PR services that can get something within my niche and it not look like something from Fiverr. That's my experience. So Lauren, if you know any websites within my niche that don't look like this Fiverr, I'm open to listening.
Yeah,
we
I'm
do
having
have
the same problem.
Yeah, Baron, go on.
I just said I'm having the same problem.
Yeah, I will, Tommy, specifically for you, because we also have some digital PR services. I can check with the team what they have in the database, if they have, specifically for plumbing, because you're looking for that. I know that we've worked on a lot of campaigns. I've worked personally for different niches and for digital PR links. I know that we can obtain very high quality, links for digital PR campaigns, but I haven't had a chance to work a digital PR campaign for specifically. I had some plumbing clients which we worked on, but we started link building, but not digital PR.
And start selling digital PR to plumbers.
That's a good idea. And just one thing here, maybe that can help everybody as well regarding especially link insertions. Maybe it would be hard to find websites that are specifically about plumbing, but there are a lot of websites that are covering multiple niches, multiple spheres. What you should do for link insertion is to make sure that the article that you're linking to is relevant to your niche. Even if the website is not specifically about plumbing, if they cover multiple areas, but if the article per se that you're inserting the link into is related to your niche, it's about plumbing, then it's going to give you a lot of link juice back, because we need the article to be relevant, because at the end of the day, you are linking to that article with everything that is mentioned within that blog post, let's say. So I would just let you know to keep in mind on that and keep your eyes open for that. And of course, you can also message me in the DMs. I can check with the team if there's anything specific for you that we can help you out with, because we're running out of time. So I'm just saying that we can continue the communication in DMs as well.
Or try and find the place you most want to get a link for, and then ask them if they need free plumbing.
Do you mean to make an exchange or something?
Exactly.
That's going to be a bit harder in terms of if you're not in the same area or in the same city, going to be harder to do that. But yeah, that's also an avenue that you can explore. But it's going to be harder, I think, because it's a service that you need to be there, right? It's not something that you can send out if you're, let's say, selling some products and then you can send out.
Depends on how hard they want to work.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. People always forget that, because I work in physical products and I sell.
Yeah.
I give my physical products away for links all day.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's going to be much easier, if we have some product that you can send out. instead of a service that you can provide. But yeah, especially if it requires, physical presence. But thank you very much for your suggestion.
I'm just saying, I'd flip it around a little bit,
For sure. For sure. Okay, guys, the time is running out for this meeting. So if anybody has a quick question, wants to cover, Jennifer, I can see with your hands. Yeah, please go.
Thanks. So the quick question is, any of the latest AI detector recommendations? Because I'm using all kinds of formulas and getting stuff through Claude, and then I'm rewriting myself. But still, I assume there's things out there that are saying, recommend any AI detectors that say, yeah, this is pretty good, or no, you better work it some more.
Yeah, I know that one we were using, but let me just think for a second.
There was something Zero GPT that Julian had recommended. I don't know how old that recommendation is, but
I think it was GPT-0 because I was also testing this myself. For example, Grammarly and other ones, they're not working really well, to be honest. I was writing myself human written content, edited there, and it still came out 70% AI. I was like, okay, that's weird. I think Zero GPT is good. And also, I would just recommend for you to kind of proofread the article. And if anything sounds robotic to you, to kind of like change it in your own words, right? Once you develop. And there's a lot of structures on this on the SOP that I sent you earlier. So you can check those as well. And also in the AI SEO strategies, there are very good classes regarding AI content writing and what you kind of like take notice of. I'm definitely suggesting you go through that classroom that I sent you and the document. You're going to find a lot of valuable information on this. And of course, because we're running out of time, if you join next week, we can discuss a bit more on this as well.
Excellent. All right. Thanks, Lauren. And thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, as well. And yeah, I just have to say that I'm happy that, this time slot is clearly working more for everybody. So I just want to say right away that I will change the time slot date for every Thursday at this time, at least for foreseeable future. Tommy, as you said, maybe when next summer counts, we can pull it back a couple of hours as well. But yeah, I can see that this is working for more people, even just from the first call. So I will update the calendar just for your information. I will update the calendar for the following weeks for this time slot as well. And I hope I will see everybody of you next week's call.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much. Bye.